Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to my channel. We are going to continue exploring Tesla's full self-driving technology, its progress, and its limitations here in Melbourne, Australia. So today I've got a bit of a different video for you guys. As you can see, it's a bit dark. So I think this was recorded around 6 or 7 p.m. in the afternoon. So as the video goes on, it gets progressively darker. And I know you guys are wanting me to bring content on full self-driving in different conditions. So never let it be said that I do not give what the people want. This will be a bit of an opportunity for us to see how full self-driving operates in low light conditions. Because for me, I guess it's easier at night to see like traffic signals, the red, green, the yellow, sorry. And I think the car has a better vision as well at night. But we will continue to see in the short term. Anyway, I'm not sure if I mentioned it, but this is a zero intervention ride. We're actually heading to a place called Hawthorne East. It's approximately 27 or 28 minutes to total the drive. But as you can see, I've sped the video up a little bit. I think about 1.2, 1.25 speed for you guys, just so that we can get through the drive a little bit quicker. And like I've said before, so that you can get back to doing whatever you do during your normal days when you're not watching full self-driving content. So yeah, this will be a bit of a not non-interesting, just not great because there aren't any interventions, but it is really good to see. I mean, no interventions is good, right? It means that full self-driving is doing what it's meant to do, and it's taking us where it needs to be, where we need to be safely. And yeah, on that mention, as you can see, I've got a special guest with me today, Mr. B, a really good friend of mine. He's coming from interstate today, and this is actually his first ride, in a Tesla. But not just a Tesla, a Model Y. And not just a Model Y, a Model Y running full self-driving technology. I know Mr. B's has had a big interest in like full self-driving technology for a long time, pretty much like myself. So it was really a good opportunity for him to see the car in action, even though, of course, being a good friend of mine, he has watched all my full self-driving content, of course. But now he got to really experience it. And I tell you, he was really impressed. Actually, I wasn't impressed. For me, it's just normal, but he was constantly making comments about how human-like the car felt, and how he was like, wow, there's no interventions? And I'm like, yeah, it's usually like that. Maybe I get one or two or drive, but usually there's just zero interventions, like this video will show you. So it was really good to have a first timer in the car, and a really good opportunity to show the technology and get a lot of feedback from somebody who is experiencing it for the first time. So yeah, good drive. Just one thing I wanted to mention. At the end of the video, you'll see the speed up really, really quickly. There was a bit of a glitch with the camera as we were driving. I think it's something to do with storage, but it did cut out, and I had to restart the camera, and then I put it on time-lapse mode accidentally. So it goes really, really, really fast towards the last, I don't know, like 5 minutes of the drive. You'll see if you watch to the end of the video, and I'm sure you will, because I know you guys love my content and you watch them all to the end, right? Anyway, you'll see it goes really, really fast, but I mean, it's right at the end of the drive, and we just like turn right and then do a quick park. I just wanted to give you a PSA about that. I didn't have an accident, I didn't have an intervention or anything. It was just really annoying GoPro camera. Don't worry, I fixed the problem. I know what the problem is, and moving forward, it won't happen again. I promise. Actually, one thing Mr. B mentioned as soon as he sat in the car was that there are no handles. I'm not sure what they're called. Like, those handlebars on the pillars or the roof. Oh no, and you hold on to the handlebars. Sort of that handlebar. It's called an oh shit handlebar, apparently. Anyway, the Model Y and I'm pretty sure the Model 3 don't have them in the inside of the car. It was a really good point. I never even, actually, personally, I didn't even notice that they were missing. Maybe because I feel really comfortable in the car. It's always a really comfortable drive, and I'm the driver. So it's very rare that I'm a passenger in the car. But I didn't really notice until he mentioned it. So I was like, oh, why don't they have, and why did Tesla have them in the car? So we had a bit of a conversation about it. We asked Grok, we asked AI what the reason was, and it's quite interesting. So the reason I'm going to tell you is that there's side curtain airbags, and for deployment purposes, Tesla decided not to put handlebars because they were potentially going to interfere with the operation of those side airbags. So it was taken into account on a safety basis not to have those handles. I'm not sure. There's another reasons as well. I'm not sure if you guys have been in Tesla models before, but it's a very sleek, minimalist, like futuristic sort of design. That's the whole philosophy behind all the model from S, X, 3, and now Y. That's been the philosophy behind Tesla. A very minimalist, very sleek, aerodynamic, visually appealing design of the car, inside and out. And so they really took it into account when they were designing the inside of the vehicle, not whether or not put the handles in. And so if you sit in the back of the car, which I did after this ride, I was like, oh yeah, with the full panoramic sun glass roof and the no handles, fits into that philosophy. And also you got to take into account that from a manufacturing point of view and a maintenance and longevity point of view, those handles aren't really necessary. They're just a tiny, would you say luxury? I would just think of them as another potential part which needs to be replaced, a part which could break. And when you're designing cars for manufacturing, you got to take all these things into account, right? The time it takes to put those things in, the time it takes to produce those things, the time it takes to assemble them. I think I already said that, but whatever. All those things equal time, which equals cost. So if you're a car designer, you're looking for a sleek, really minimalist approach to building a car for an affordable price, the best car in its categorically. I mean, it was the last 3 years, I think last 2 years before the best-selling car in the world. And we're not talking EV, we're talking the best-selling car. There's a reason why it's the best-selling car. And so if you have this design philosophy of sleekness, of minimalism, then you can reduce costs and get these vehicles out at a price point that people can afford, and people can get the best value for money for the money that they can afford. So that's the reason for no handlebars. You guys tell me, did you even notice they were missing? And if you do notice they're missing, do you miss them? Personally, if they got in the way of the view and the aesthetic of the panoramic view and the roof, then I don't want them. I don't need them. And like, the car's big enough and comfortable enough. You don't need to have those things. But that's my opinion. Yeah, and talking about the sales of the Model 3 and Model Y electric vehicles, well, I'm not sure if you guys have heard, but here in Australia, what was it? It's now the best selling, the Model 3 and Model Y are the best selling EVs in Australia for the month of March. Demand has surged like exponentially because of what has happened with fuel prices and the cost of everything going up. So I guess you might have heard me talk about it before, but yeah, really pushing EV sales and really pushing renewables and getting to a point where price energy independent from these sort of fluctuations and global issues would really help out Australia. I know I heard that we had about 6 oil refineries refining oil in Australia back in like 1985, I think, or around then. And we were sort of energy independent, but because of like um, facilities which were degrading and the cost of employment going too high up, the progressive government, not sorry, the governments from that point slowly started like closing our oil refineries. And yeah, I just don't think that's a good idea. I still believe in pushing, renewable energies and batteries. They are the future, ultimately, in the long term. But I don't think we should pursue that with the sacrifice of what, current energy development until the stage where renewables and batteries are at a stage uh, where they can provide 99, 100% of energy to the grid. And we shouldn't be closing down our current energy producing facilities. That's my opinion, but whatever. I don't make policy. I just follow full self-driving content online and then make my own content for you guys. So on that, I'm not sure if you guys have heard or not, but recently, I think this week, last week, the Tesla has now rolled out Cybercabs in Houston and Dallas. So that's like essentially tripling their service range. So we're talking about Model Ys, I think predominantly Model Ys, running around in these cities, 3 cities now, completely autonomous, no safety driver, completely unsupervised, and now doing ride hail rides, I guess. So I'm not sure if you guys have heard my big rant about the number of autonomous rides being carried out. For quick reference, there's about 500,000 autonomous ride hail rides in America every week. And the vast majority, something like 90 something percent of those rides are carried out by one company, Waymo, which only has 3,000 vehicles on the road. So with this rollout in Houston and Dallas, Tesla has essentially tripled their service range in a matter of a few months. Wow, it's now not even June this year. So the avalanche, that small snowball effect, is starting to get bigger and bigger. When a snowball rolls down the hill, it gets bigger and bigger, blah, blah, blah. I think that's happening. We're starting to see that. And yeah, exciting times if you are interested in Tesla as a company. I'm not sure if you guys invest in the company. Maybe you're just interested in full self-driving, but definitely if you're an investor, it's a good time to be interested in the company and seeing where it's going to go in the future. I'm always curious. I've been following the company for a long time now, so every time they do something new, it's always exciting. It's definitely never boring. So yeah, with this new rollout, wow, it's actually happening, right before our eyes, and it's getting quicker and quicker. So yeah, it'll be interesting to see what happens in the next 1 to 2 months. And talking about the robotaxi development, I'm not sure if you guys or if I've talked about the Cybercab. So it's their new two-seater, like, sort of light gold vehicle, which is fully autonomous. It doesn't have steering wheel, doesn't have pedals. It's purely for robotaxi businesses, the robotaxi ride-hail business side of Tesla. And a lot of people are like, wow, it looks crazy. It's only got 2 seats. Why does it only have 2 seats? That's crazy. Well, there's actually a good reason they chose a 2-seater variant for their ride-hailing services. So if you look at the statistics of rides, just rides in general, like taxis, whatever, it's 1 to 2 people 85% of the time. So if you were to design a vehicle for 85% of the market, you would try to make a very, very cheap one with 2 seats. If 85, like it makes sense, right? You just do the math. It's like, of course, you're going to cater to just 85% of the population, which is 1 or 2 rides. And then if people want to take 3 or 4 people, then they can get a Model Y robotaxi. It'll be an option in the ride-hail app. So for any of you guys doubting about why that was the case, that's the reason why. That's why you have a 2-seater vehicle, especially like 85%. Why would you have more than 3 or 4 seats, more than 2 seats if you're only, catering to 1 or 2 people? Yeah, food for thought. Anyway, that's the end of the video, actually. Now's the point where it starts to speed up really quickly, as you can see. So, like I said in the video, this was not intentional. I apologize. But yeah, this is another 16-minute video of me ranting, and I hope you enjoyed it. If you're not subscribed, cool. If you don't want to subscribe, cool. It's all good to me. If you want to comment, though, I'll reply to your comment. Anyway, hope you guys enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.